Hello everybody. Today I want to make a video about the mystery schools. Mystery schools are organizations or groups of people that have apparently existed since the beginning of humankind. There's different lineages and orders that have sprung up over time with different names and the use of different symbols, but with all different symbols, but symbols that all have the same meaning when you really understand what the symbols are. Organizations that I can give you an example by name would be like the Freemasons, the Illuminati, Rosicrucians, Knights Templar, and various organizations like that. Every major religion was started by somebody who was what's called an initiate of the mystery traditions. People like Jesus, people like Muhammad, people like Buddha. These were people who, after realizing the truth of reality, brought it to the people in order to keep the tradition alive during that time and period of our planet. And over time, after they'd come here, the people, as they passed the tradition down over generations, began to lose sight of the meaning and purpose of the symbols and metaphors and stories. But if you study any religion through the eyes of the occult or the esoteric understanding of the symbolism, you'll find that every religion's symbols all tie together to explain the same concepts or the same truths. There's only one truth, one ultimate reality. There are many roads and ways to get there. We all have our own sort of set of individual purposes and destinies to get through. But the ultimate teaching that is expressed in all these traditions and that ties them all together is that there's only one ultimate reality, or God, but I don't use the word God because you'll understand through my expression of this ultimate reality of what it is. This ultimate reality is not an individual, it's not a being, it's not a form, it's not a shape. It's every individual, every being, every form, and every shape. It is shape itself, it is form itself, it is being itself. It has existed since the beginning of time and before time. It is the beginning, it is the word before, it is all. You and I, we are it, through multiple generations of evolution and sorting or perfection. It is all things evolving in infinitude of ways in order to express itself in every possible way and in order to understand and perfect itself through realization of itself, because it is realization itself. So something like, for example, when we say Jesus is the Son of God, it's because Jesus is God. But Jesus isn't the only Son of God or the only God. Jesus is one, just like me, just like you, just like all. And he's somebody who realized what he was. If he actually, in fact, existed as a physical person, he also could represent a metaphorical story. That I cannot say for sure what is the answer to. But what I can say is whether or not he was real or metaphorical, he represents a story of each of our own souls. He says it himself when he says, we are like him, we are like him, and he is like the Father, and we are all like each other. He says that the kingdom of God is within you. He says you must make your eyes single in order for your body to be full of light. Tons of metaphors, tons of examples. Our body is a temple of God. We were created in God's image. The Bible is full of examples of symbols of this nature. The idea too is that there's a society that existed a very long time ago. Some call it Atlantis. That it was us, but at a time when we knew what we were. And great catastrophes came as people started to, I guess, past through generations, people started becoming more materialistic, more desirous of material things and wealth and power. So the teachings were eventually lost and guarded from the world. And then over time, mystery schools have popped up, people that have realized what the truth is, and they preserve this knowledge and pass it down through adepts or through initiates to become adepts, in order to preserve the knowledge for the day when it can all be released back to the people. When the Temple of Solomon is built, the Ark of the Covenant will be revealed. That is a saying in Freemasonry. And the Temple of Solomon is twofold. It's both ourself in the microcosm, or the microcosmic sense, and then the world or the universe even in the macrocosmic sense. Once we build up ourself to the greatest we can be, the Ark of the Covenant will be revealed, which is the ultimate knowledge. And then with the world, once we build the world to being back to a perfect place again, that would be also the Temple of Solomon. And the Ark of the Covenant, once again, is the reward that people will have by realizing the truth. It's talked about in the New Testament. It's called the New Jerusalem, when the presence of God will exist among the people, and there will no longer be need of a sun, because the light of God will light every person's heart. It all connects to each other. So that's all I got for now. I don't want to make this video too long. I know people don't like to watch, really long videos. I don't like watch long videos myself, so I'll keep it just with this. I'll be making more videos as I go. And but I want to thank a person. She knows who she is. She really inspired me a lot in the last couple days and helped me to be more confident with who I am. She really loved to hear me talk. She recorded me talking. She made me feel, like what I had to say really meant something and that it was important. So now I feel more confident in my own self. I really appreciate her, and I really appreciate this life. I really appreciate myself. So I love you all. I love me. I love life. And I'm going to keep growing. You're going to keep growing. And I'll keep posting more stuff. Peace.